So you just type in what you want, for the issue, the year. Some of them you can get, some of them you can't, right?
Yeah. That's the one that Chief Ariel had brought out again.
Yeah.
Give me that, did you? Actually, I want to see it. Yeah, that magazine. Yeah, take off.
Yeah, we live. We live. Was there any water?
There's some in that thing. You want one? They're not
If
cold.
yeah, if you could, yeah, please. I've been trying not to drink any nothing sweet or nothing. No sugary drinks, no alcohol. And then we'll get into it. Water. Yeah. Any questions in the room?
It's like, did you ever get that question answered about the firmament?
I forgot. Salaki, you gotta remind me because it's not. What was it about?
Firmament, like how. So how can we observe the moon if it's outside of the firmament? It's kind of how you were saying. Like, wouldn't it make sense for it to be like?
Oh, Khan. Yeah, nah, I hadn't talked to the general about that, but um he did have a class not too long ago when somebody asked that question. I can't remember, but I'm gonna get the answer to that. You know what I mean? Because that's something. Let me hook this up. Could you unplug this mouse from this computer? That's a question, you know, that I have myself. The water. It's right here. Hey, Shalom, Israel. Shalom. Trooper Shalat, Sister Baratha Nauer, Leonard Jr. at Gamer Honesty. What we want to talk about? Go ahead.
It's like I had a question on King of I.S.U.P.K.
Uh-huh.
Basically, how he inherited the kingdom at age, or like how they say he was the youngest king, inherited the kingdom of Israel.
Uh-huh.
How did that work?
What?
Like basically, like how was his upbringing, and like how did that work as him inheriting the kingdom at 8 years old?
At 8 years old?
Oh.
So, well, you inherit the kingdom at that young of age. You're gonna have people that are like your stewards until you come of age. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, of course, an 8-year-old can't make adult decisions in matters dealing with the kingdom and all of that, the politics of running, you know, a kingdom. So you would technically basically be reared up, and you would have people that has his best interests, whether that be, you know, what you call those people? They're like an advisor. An advisor, of course, the prophets, the seers, and just raise up into his stead until where he becomes of age. And like, you know, we know you come of age. It depends. It depends on the child. But as for you, for a young boy, you come to age about 15, between 15 and 18 years old, where you know you can make solid decisions. You know what I mean? Where you have a sound mind. You know what I mean? What I want to talk about. There's a few things I want to tap on right now. Well, I don't know if it's still going on, but Captain Zarak was battling some Edomite about polygamy, battling some Edomite, and he was battling him about well, I heard that Edomite asked, he kept stressing the question, how is polygamy going to help Western society? Anybody know what Western society is? Go explain.
Like America, how we were.
We're
like a Western society.
Uh-huh.
Like democracy, stuff like that.
Right.
Basically the way America operates.
Also Europe.
Yeah, come on.
Europe is the West. The way the European powers, how they operated, opposed to the old world. So we live in a new world. But he was asking, how is that going to help? And I just wanted to chime in and say, listen, man, it doesn't matter what we push as far as Israelites is and what we believe in as far as our God. It is not going to change or make the West better. Why? Because this place doesn't run off of obeying the Most High. It never has. Even though they have, in God we trust on the money, it's never ran off of obeying the Most High or doing what the Lord will is. You know what I mean? So what all we can do as black and brown men that's raising up our people is to tell them the truth, tell them the consequences, let them understand the consequences that of your actions, and understand that, listen, we've been living for a long time on the grace and mercy of the Most High. You know what I mean? But as far as that, we cannot make anybody do anything. Now, yes, if America or any country was to follow the law, statute, and commandments, the world would be a better place. There wouldn't be famine and wouldn't be hunger. There wouldn't be war and pestilences and things of that nature. I seen a video today that was crazy. And I'm sitting here watching this video. It's a video of a Palestinian boy looking at the ocean. He's sitting on a ridge. He's being recorded by another Palestinian man. These are young men about 17, 18, right? I'm saying man because, of course, you grow up in a war-torn place. Hell, by the time you're 10 years old, you're a damn man. After all the bloodshed you done seen in the Gaza Strip in Palestine. But he's sitting there recording, and he's recording. You're seeing it from a view like somebody has a phone, and he's recording another man, young man, sitting on a ledge that's overlooking the ocean. And all of a sudden, you hear this whistle sound, and he's hit. The boy that is recording, he is smacked onto the ground by a sniper's bullet. And you can you imagine sitting there looking at the ocean? Everybody likes to go to the beach and just stand there enjoying the ambience and the sound of the waves, and you get picked off by IDF soldier. And I was like, this is the reality of the world. Like, these people are living this reality, and these people that are doing this to them are supposed to be God's chosen people. Well, if we were in charge under Christ, a black man named Jesus Christ, warfare wouldn't happen like that. Right. People wouldn't be, you just had the brother right now. If you get that story with the brother, it's a brother. His name is Chris Smalls. Chris Smalls was just released from Israel. He decided, and let me give you a backstory with Chris Smalls. Chris Smalls is a brother during COVID-19. He created the union for Amazon workers because of, the dangers of COVID-19 and the work conditions. And I think I remember it even came out that allegedly in the Amazon meeting, they got somebody whistleblowed and said they were sitting there talking about him like he's not smart, he's not articulate. We can figure out a way, to take this Amazon worker down, who had now turned on them and made an Amazon union. They fired him the same day, but he turned into an activist. And so he wanted to be a part of a humanitarian aid to get on a boat and go to the Gaza Strip and bring food to the Palestinians that are starving right now. And so the boat was stopped. They confiscated everything. They took everybody in there. He was the only brother. If you could you like move that? It seemed like it's just blowing this way. He was the only brother amongst all of these protesters and media personalities, and they beat the hell out of him. The Israeli Defense Forces beat the hell out of him, and he was released. I think he was one of the last people to be released. And the thing about it is, we done took on this nature of America to say we want to fight for everyone, and we want to be a part of every fight. When we have a fight right here, our fight is every day right in our mind as Black and Hispanic men. Our fight right here is, getting up, going to work, taking care of your family, trying to live, trying to survive. You have a basic fight right here that you need to be focused on as black people. But this brother, he hopped in on that boat, went over there thinking that he could make a difference. And the Israelis seen him right away, knew he should not be there, and they made a statement. And 7 soldiers surrounded him, punched him, kicked him, and let him know, don't ever come back here trying to fight for these people. But if Christ was in control, if we was in control, the mindset of the Bible would change the world. Go ahead.
Like, if I may, sir, a lot of black people, a lot of people in the world seem to think that because they the Jews, quote unquote, that them people was peaceable or kind.
Mm-hmm.
When in reality, they don't like nobody but themselves.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you've seen on the internet videos of them like literally spitting on people. Like, there's videos of Christian women. You brought it out in class time. Christian women going over there getting beat up by everybody, the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's so hypnotized or dumb to the fact that these people are horrible people,
mm-hmm.
and they can't be the Jews of antiquity. Just the way they operate, just the way they carry themselves. We use way more peaceful people. So like that.
Let me hear that. What you got? And you're right about that.
It says labor leader Chris Smalls describes Israel arrest and assault after military raids Gaza flotilla. Former Amazon labor union president Chris Smalls joined us for one of his first interviews since he returned to the United States after he was beaten, arrested, and detained by the Israeli military for attempting to bring aid to starving Palestinians in Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
Smalls calls Israel's assault and starvation of Gaza a working class issue, and was the only black member of the Freedom Flotilla's coalition's latest attempt to break Israelis' near total blockade of Gaza. So
he was the only black person there. Why is he even there? Because Christianity, because of the mindset that we could help everyone, or we should help everyone. Listen, some things are not our business. Some things are just not our fight. And we have to stand on the sidelines and see how it's going to play out. Go ahead, Aunt.
He describes his assault by Israeli soldiers who attacked me out of the 21 volunteers.
They attacked him out of the 21 volunteers. So no, they didn't put their hands on nobody else except him. Everybody was there doing the same thing, but it was the brother that they put their hands on. Go ahead.
Because of the color of my skin.
Mm-hmm.
Smalls was later one of the last to be released from Israel's Yavon prison,
mm-hmm.
where he contracted scabies. I can tell you right now from my own experience that Palestinians and people of color are not safe amongst the Israeli government.
He said Palestinians and people of color are not safe amongst the. Listen, I understand. I understand what's going on, but listen, you can't lump us in with Palestinians and make that a common struggle. Our struggle is totally different than what the Palestinians is going through. And what's happening out there is prophesied in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's foolish. You don't have to go anymore in that article. I think I had already explained it, but it's foolish for us to think that we should join other fights. And it's foolish to think that we're going to save the world, using the devices and the tactics that the world uses. The only way this earth is going to be changed and be peaceable is when Jesus Christ, a black man, returns and destroys this earth.
That's right.
And baptizes this land in the fire so that it can be renewed again. Then things can start over, and then Black and Hispanic people will be in charge, and it will be a wonderful place to be. That new world will be a wonderful place to be. You understand? To live. You won't have to worry about famine, and you won't have to worry about getting picked off while you're standing there looking at the ocean. Those things won't happen in the Most High's kingdom, in the kingdom to come. Right? Did I ask for a precept? Those things won't happen at all. You understand? So, so the point that I'm making, low key, I went somewhere else with it, but the point is that when this Edomite is asking Captain Zarek, how is polygamy, or how should I say, how anything that we believe in, whether it may be a man having more than one wife, or not celebrating Christmas, or not eating pork, whatever we believe, how is that going to save Western civilization. Nothing is going to save Western civilization. America is going into a third world war, and that is it. There is nothing that we believe in that is going to change the white man or make him, rethink his position or rethink what he's, the things that he does to us. Nothing is going to do that but the judgment of the Most High. That's the only thing that's going to change. And it won't be saved. It won't be saved. It's going to be destroyed. It's going to be wiped off the face of the map. You know what I mean? So there's something else I want to go over. When we talk about belief, or we talk about, the question was posed to me, how do we know that we are Israelites? And we talk about what we believe. Give me some precepts. How do we know? How do you know you're an Israelite, Jeremiah?
Because it says in the Bible, I want to rephrase it, like, because God had withered hair and like came from the trenches.
Okay, I'll take that. All right, I'll take that. The Most High, he looked like us. He lived like us. Christ came from the trenches. Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get some things that identify, this identify a similar condition. What we're going to go over, Nathan. This is Christ whom Moses and the prophets spoke of. Salakia. Yeah, I paraphrase it. I think I butchered it, but I think you know what I want. So this to talk about a condition, and then we'll get the hair texture. Yes.
The book of John, chapter 1, verse 46.
And
Nathanael said unto him, and there,
please.
The book of John, chapter 1, verse 45. Philip findeth Nathanael and said unto him, we have found him, of whom Moses in the law and the prophets did write, Yahushua of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. Verse 46.
So they went and told the other disciples that they have found Jesus Christ, the one that have been prophesied for for centuries, that Moses and the prophets spoke about, that he would come. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 46. And Nathanael said unto him, can there any good thing come out of Nazareth?
And Nathanael said to him, can anything good come out of Nazareth? What is he saying right here? What is Nathanael asking? Like, what is he's saying, can anything good come out of this place, this city, this town? What does he really mean? Go ahead.
It's like the same thing how they be saying to us, like, how you a priest and prophet, like you from San Bernardino? Like, how is you a man of God and you did this? Or like,
give me some more.
Like, how is you a priest and prophet of God if you from the worst city in America? So like,
okay, all right, I'll take that. How can the Messiah come from such a horrible place?
Right.
How can this prophet, our brother, the Messiah, Jesus Christ, that Moses and the prophets spoke of all of these centuries, that have been passed down through generations, you mean he's going to come from such a horrible place like this?
Right.
He's going to come from such a horrible place like Brooklyn, New York,
right,
like, Little Haiti, Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Oakland, Minnesota. You mean to tell me that the God of heaven and earth, he chose for the man to come out of this place?
Right.
You got to be kidding. You got to be kidding. I would have thought that he would have came out of Beverly Hills. Hell, I would have thought he would have came out of the White House, somewhere where it's, it's money flowing, it's beautiful homes, everybody is got everything they need. It's full of abundance. I would think that the Christ would come out of a place like that.
Right.
Not what was some of them nice places the people like to go. I would think he would have came out of the Hollywood. I'm talking about international. Turks and Caicos, or Dubai, or some of the, you know, where those rich places are, Italy or something like that. I would have thought Christ would have came from there, but you're telling me Christ, that you found Christ somewhere in an alley, in an alleyway in South Central Los Angeles, in Compton. You got to be kidding me. Keep reading.
Okay. Verse 46, and Nathanael saith unto him, can there any good thing come out of Nazareth? Philip saith unto him, come and see.
He said, can any good thing come out of Nazareth? Meaning Nazareth was a very poor place. It was a place riddled with crime, riddled with poverty. And so he's asking, can anything good come out of there?
Right.
These people, like, this town is messed up. It's effed up. This is Baltimore. What are you talking about? This place is terrible. This is Chirac. This place is terrible. And you coming to me telling me Christ is, you found the Christ. Come on, get out of here.
Right.
See, that's the same thing they say about you as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people. When you stand up and say, I want to fight for my people, or I want to do something that's righteous, and I want to do something that's good, they look at you and say, can anything come out of the place where you were born? They look at you as though you are not capable of being what you are, which is an extraordinary man and woman that serves the Lord in righteousness and sincerity. Right. They don't believe that you could even do that. They don't believe that you even have it in you. You understand? We get it so much where people look at us and say, you're not a man of God. You look like y'all came out of prison or something. You look like felons. You go get a job.
Right.
You need a job. That's what they say to us. They couldn't even believe that we have the truth. You understand? But it's okay. In a little short time, they'll find out who has always had the truth since 1969. But that's how they felt about Christ. They felt like Christ couldn't be Christ because he came from where he came from. You know, a man of God got to wear 3-piece suits. You got to look real nice, you know, buttoned down, nice blazer, you know, sharp pointed alligator color shoes. You know what I mean? Nice watch, nice frames. You know, we're driving today a cyber truck to the Sunday service. That's what a man of God is to the people in the world. They're looking on the exterior. They're looking on the outside. And that's how they judge people.
Right.
But the Lord sees the heart. He sees the inner man.
Right.
He sees the inner woman. You understand? He don't look at, that's not how to see. Your mind is not the Lord's mind. And what you think is godly is just a circus in that Christian church. You understand? Let's get a color scripture. Okay. Give me a color scripture. We want to understand, how do we know that we're Israelites? And we'll get to some prophecy. We'll get to the prophecies where, it's only talking about one group of people. Right. It's undeniable. Now I can show you how we know we Israelites by using the Bible, but guess what? I can also show you in history that we're Israelites. I can prove that too. What you got?
So you want a Revelation?
We can go with that.
Okay. The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
He was clothed with a garment down to the foot. How brothers wear those garments that go down to their feet.
Right.
And in our people, the people in the world say, what do you got on? What are you wearing?
Right.
You're wearing some costume. What is this, cosplay? Why do you got that on? You're not a man of God. I guess when Jesus Christ comes back, he's going to have on a Kango and a fitted cap in a basketball jersey. If we had basketball jerseys and fitted caps, would that suffice? Would that be okay? Maybe Christ is going to come back in a 3-piece suit. Maybe he'll be in a Armani suit like Kevin Samuels. I don't know. Is that what you think? Well, the Bible is describing what Christ will look like.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come on, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His hair, and I'm sorry, read it one more time.
Come on. His head and his hairs.
His head and his hairs,
were white like wool.
Like white like wool, meaning the hair on his head and his face. White, giving you a color, and wool giving you a texture.
Right.
It's only certain kind of people that got that type of texture here.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come on. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet like unto fine brass. Brass is a derivative of brown.
Right.
Just like pink is a derivative of red. When they say red, red could also be pink and anything in between.
Right.
You ever heard people say online, the pink people? Well, brown is a derivative of, I'm sorry, Salakia. Bronze is a derivative of brown.
Right.
Now, we understand there's a lot of brown people, a lot of copper colored people on the earth. And we understand that black people are not actually black. We're brown. We understand that white people are not actually white, like a piece of paper. They're different shades of red or pink, right? In Donald Trump's case, orange. It's like it. But if you keep going.
Okay. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
In his eye,
Verse 15, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
Now, we got a lighter right here. We ain't gonna do it. We can take a piece of wood, we can take plastic, we can take damn near anything and burn it. Just like that piece of bronze, it's going to get darker. It's going to get really black. Meaning Christ was a very dark-skinned man. And what you have to understand is people don't know how to read the Bible and understand the Bible in the Christian church. And so that's why they, say it doesn't matter. Because it's far from their imagination to think that a black man could be the greatest man that ever walked the face of the earth. The same as when the disciples couldn't believe that Christ could come from a place that he came from. Right. The same way that people look at brothers in the I.S.U.P.K and say, you can't actually be a priest and prophet. You can't actually be a man of God. It's the same thing. Right. You understand? You can drop that. So what if somebody doesn't believe? I don't give a damn. If you don't believe you're God's chosen people, shalom.
Right.
That's not going to stop me from believing. You know what I mean? Like, this truth is not for everyone. And a lot of times when our people want to find a way to say that we are wrong, really is just because you are scared of responsibility.
Right.
You are scared of standing up and being the man and the woman the Lord is calling you to be.
Right.
If you want to be a coward, that's your choice, man. Listen, we don't care. I can't worry about people that are not here or people that don't believe what I believe or don't understand what I understand. I can't worry about that. I can only worry about the people that do believe what I believe. I can only care about that. I can't care about somebody that doesn't believe.
Right.
Give me the scripture. What if one don't believe?
Okay.
Like I just can't get into that mindset to be like, man, this nigga she don't, she's saying this, she's saying that. So believe what you want. You can believe in fairies and you could believe that you go to the afterworld. It don't make me no difference. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. You know what I mean? But if you're searching for the truth and you want answers, you will ask reasonable questions. You will ask questions and inquire. There's brothers here in the truth that did not believe, but they came to class every day and they asked every question possible that they would have, that they thought that they would, get us. They would be like, okay, now I got you. And now I got you. Y'all, what about this? What about that? Until they got to the point where, man, this is the truth.
Right.
This is every question that I have has been answered. But if you come in on some, if you have a mind where you're just trying to refute the truth, listen, I'm gonna let you know right now, the truth is undefeated. You can't refute the truth. You can't, you wasting your time. Just go back and smoke weed. Go smoke your weed and talk about Dr. Sebi and how the Anunnaki came and created the human race. Go back to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Do what you really want to do, which is kill yourself. You want to continue to do the things that you've been doing. The truth, when you hear the truth, it puts a spotlight on you. And you start to think about all of the things that you do, all of the horrible things that you've done, all of the things that you are now doing. And you realize, I will have to change all of that. I will have to stop all of that. And so it's a dilemma in your head. You don't want to stop all of that. So the next thing to do is to say, these niggas don't know what they talking about. You not right. You wrong. No, God loves everybody. Well, show me this. Well, show me right here. Well, prove to me that I can't smoke weed. Self-sabotage.
Right.
Ask me if I give a damn. Go ahead.
Come on. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 15. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart.
Uh-huh.
A brother or sister is not under bondage in such cases.
Man, let them depart, man. If somebody don't believe, let them go. I'm not going to chase you like, but brother, you're the chosen people of the world. Come back, brother. Bye. Peace. Deuces. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody finna beg you or try to explain to you. Now, if you want to have a reasonable conversation, yes, can do that all day. Can talk. We can have a reasonable discussion all day. But ain't nobody finna, nah. The truth ain't for everybody.
Right.
People in here is because they didn't have nothing else going on, man. They was at rock bottom. You understand? People come in here, they don't come in here prideful. They come up in here with a contrite heart. So, you know, you're not coming in here because you haven't already asked God all kind of questions in your room. You done ask God all kind of questions. You done pray God all the time, pray to the Lord all the time, asking for him to show you a sign, asking him to protect your children, asking him to get you out of a situation. That's how you end up in here. You don't end up in here like, man, look at these niggas, man. They don't know, man. They're talking about God made weed. God made weed from the earth. You telling me we can't smoke weed? Oh, so I'm a crackhead now. Oh, that's not how you get in here.
Right.
You keep your proud ass in the world and hope that the Lord don't kill you. You understand? Give me the one. I want the one. What if they don't believe? I'm not saying that the part, not this one you brought up, which was a good precept.
Okay.
Right? Like, we don't care if you don't believe what we believe. Nigga, I done seen the results. I don't care what you got going on or how you feel about the truth. We see results. We see people change their lives. We see people stop living one kind of way and totally cutting it off and start living a whole new kind of way. We see the fruits is the point. The point is the fruits that we bear in here, they're edible. They're real. They're tangible fruit that you can look at a person and you knew them 10 years ago and say, he used to be like this and he's no longer like that. She used to be like this and she no longer like that. They used to love celebrating holidays and eating pork. They no longer do it.
Right.
The evidence is everywhere in here. Go ahead, Ike.
Okay. The book of Romans chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe?
Mm-hmm.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
Listen, if you don't believe, like I said, it doesn't matter to me because it's not going to stop the truth of God. It's not going to make the faith of God none effect.
Right.
You understand? Many people didn't believe back in the day. We were saying the third world war is going to come. Today, 20 years later, here it is. It doesn't matter if you don't believe. It's not going to stop what God's. Listen, If you don't believe, don't ever think because you don't believe that it's gonna stop the Most High's program.
Right.
The Most High's program is gonna keep running full speed. Now, you are nothing but a speck of dust. You are insignificant. Your belief in how you feel and your feelings doesn't matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And think about this too. Think about this. We all have been in situations. We all can think about a situation in our life where we have gotten mercy from the Most High. You done been in situations where it was a life and death situation and you came out alive. You done been in situations where you were fearing that you were going to lose something and you didn't lose it. You were in situations where you can honestly say, like, damn, I know I wasn't in the truth or I'm not in the truth, but something had to be with me in order for me to still be here right now. In order for my kids to be here right now. A miracle had to happen for you to be here right now. So be honest and be real with yourself. Be honest and be real with yourself that if it wasn't for the Lord, you probably would have been gone a long time ago.
Right.
Or your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't, who cares? You don't believe, it's not going to stop the faith of the Most High. It's not going to take away the effect. It's not going to stop the Most High's program if you don't believe. The world will keep going on how it is going on. People will keep dying how they're dying. People will keep getting destroyed and being destroyed how they are. You know what I'm saying? Isn't it enough? You can't look at our lives and say, damn, well, we need an answer. We need a solution. We don't have the truth. We're hard-headed people, man.
Right.
We're hard-headed people. We don't have the truth and we reject the truth. So what we'll do is in our mind, we'll try to come up with some things and how to say, you know what? That stuff that they in, it's not real. They in a cult. It's not true. You know what I'm saying? You're not the real Jews of the Bible. Those white people. I was on TikTok today and it was a brother in there saying that the white people are the real Jews of the Bible. I said, damn. He said, I've done a lot of research. I said, nigga, that's what you came up with?
Right.
That's what you came up with? That they are, in fact, God's chosen people? Well, I don't know where you researching at. Maybe you researching in a third world library. I don't know what books you reading out. You know what I'm saying? But let me hear it. You already got, read it one more time. Read it one more time.
Romans chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? Verse 4, God forbid. Yea, let God be true, but every man is a liar.
Man, you a liar, man. You think because what you believe is gonna stop. It's gonna stop the Most High's program. So let me see. Let me think. You think because we say, because I say you can't smoke weed, and you say, well, God made it for the earth, and I say, brother, you know what? Go ahead and smoke your damn weed. Then you get put over and you go to jail for the same weed you said God made. So did God put you in jail? The same weed you said God made from the earth is illegal.
Right.
The Lord didn't create our bodies to smoke anything. Think about that. The Lord didn't, your body is not even designed to smoke something, but you say God made it from the earth. Okay, well, suffer the consequences of your ignorance about who God is.
Right.
Suffer the consequences and be a liar too. What did it say at the end? What's the precept, part of the precept at the end?
Come on. That's like it.
Let God be true and every man a liar.
Come on.
You're a damn liar if you said God said you can smoke weed. You're a damn liar if the Lord said that you can eat pork. It doesn't matter. Guess what? We'll find out. We'll keep going on, and you'll be in the hospital with health problems that the doctor don't know why, but it's because you're eating pork.
Right.
But you said God could, God don't care about that. But God will make you a liar. He'll make you a liar in his show. It'll be the proof. What you're going through. That will be the proof. You know what I'm saying? You could say, look, God don't care if I celebrate Christmas and then go broke on Christmas. get in debt on Christmas, buy all those presents in December, and January, you're trying to take out loans and asking people for money. I guess the Lord wasn't with you with buying them presents. I guess he wasn't. I guess you didn't have the favor of the Lord. You damn sure don't got, the discipline not to buy things. Be a liar then. But God is always going to be true. Right. Just because you don't believe, it ain't going to stop this truth. You know what I mean? What else we want to go? So we talked about condition. We talked about what makes us, how do we know we're the Israelites? We talked about the condition. We in the same condition, have been in the same condition as Christ was when they found out about him. Right. Talked about the color. We talked about whether or not, well, I went off, I said, whether is somebody believe or not, who gives a damn, right? Right. What are some prophecies we can pull out? What are some precepts? Prophecy. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28.
Let's get it. Let me hear it. What you'll start to find out about the Bible is that it is talking to a select group of people. It's talking to them so select and so detailed that when you start to do the process of elimination, you find that there's only one group of people that fit this. You try to apply this to white people. It doesn't work. You try to apply it to East Indian people. It doesn't work. You try to apply it to Chinese people. It doesn't work. And by a process of elimination, you start to realize God's people could only be one group of people.
Right.
Let me know when you got it.
Come on. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do.
Where you at?
Deuteronomy 28, 15.
15. Okay, let me hear it.
Okay.
Salakia.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
But
it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So this is the things that would happen. And you start at Deuteronomy 28 and 15, and it goes down the line of the different things that would happen to us if we disobeyed. Right before that, it goes into the things that would happen to us if we obeyed.
Right.
This was written 4,000 years ago, and it is relevant because everything in here is precise in the history of what happened to us as a people.
Right.
Where you at?
Verse 68 now.
No, give me verse, skip up to verse somewhere like 48, somewhere around there.
Come on.
Let me hear that.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness.
So now, people can say, okay, other people have served other people in hunger and thirst and nakedness. They have had to serve other people, right? Okay, I'll give you that. Read it from the top again.
Come on. Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Who shall send against thee?
The Lord.
See, what you have to understand when it comes to God's people, it's not something magical when he wants to punish his people. It's not like a big hand reaches from the clouds and chastises his people.
Right.
The Lord used other nations to chastise his people, to punish his people. You get what I'm saying? The Lord used other people that were not even worthy, but because of the wickedness of his people, he used them to punish his people.
Right.
He said he will send what? Go ahead.
Come. Which the Lord shall send against thee. In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness.
He said we will serve our enemies, not our friends, in thirst and nakedness. Go ahead.
And in want of all things.
And in want of all things. Now, this didn't just happen once. This happened in Egypt. This happened in Persia. This happened in the Medes. It happened under the Greeks. It happened under the Romans. And it happened under the Americans to black people.
Right.
Understand? Where you serve in want of all things. You want all things in the most what's the word I want to use? The most terrible time was in slavery, in thirst, in hunger, and in want of all things.
Right.
You wanted all things. You wanted food, you wanted water, you wanted freedom, you wanted mercy. You wanted the Lord to save you in all things, and no one could save you from this beast in America. Keep reading.
Come on. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
And he put a yoke of iron upon our neck. A yoke of iron is a yoke. Usually it's made out of wood. They put it on a ox or a horse to pull and till the soil. Well, figuratively and literally, when I say figuratively, we had a burden on us, put on us. Figuratively, meaning it's like a spiritual burden. Like it's a burden on Black people today. You see it. You see the burden. We have a burden on us. We're looked at as, criminals and thieves, and everybody wants to make us the scapegoat of the problem when we're really not. But that's a spiritual burden. It's a yoke. And then in slavery, they put a yoke of iron on our necks.
Right.
In West Africa, they put a yoke of iron on the necks and walked everybody from the interior of West Africa to the shores to get on slave ships. The Bible sometimes can be twofold or threefold. You could be reading the scripture and it has more than one meaning, and they're all true.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come on. Until he have destroyed thee.
Until he have destroyed thee. Destroyed thee is what they did. And today you look at our home structure, you look at the Black and brown home structure, we are destroyed as a people.
Right.
Absolutely destroyed. It's undeniable how dysfunctional our families is, how dysfunctional we are, how much we hate one another, and how we treat one another. You go and look at those Indians, the Lakota Indian tribe. Lakota Indian tribe was the same tribe that was in Wounded Knee. You go look at these Indians on these reservations, and they are destroyed. The men are sitting out in the streets waiting to go buy liquor. They are destroyed. And you look at those pictures of the Gadites, the North American Indians, and you see they were a proud people. A beautiful people with wearing the garments with the fringes and the hairdresses with the feathers. And so spiritual and so dignified. Now they are reduced to alcoholics.
Right.
They're living in poverty. They're living in you think trailer parks is not a good thing. You need to see the trailer parks they're living in.
Right.
They're living in trailer parks that ain't been touched in 20, 30 years, no repairs, nothing like that. They're living in poverty and destroyed and can't fix themselves.
Right.
Keep reading.
Come on. Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth.
He said the Lord will bring a nation against you from far, from the ends of the earth. Go ahead.
Come on. As swift as the eagle flieth.
As swift as the eagle fly. He said this nation, the symbol would be the eagle. As swift as the eagle fly. You know what an eagle does? A bald eagle will come and take another eagle's babies, come and raid their nests. Swift as the eagle fly. America, the symbol of the eagle.
Right.
European nations, the symbol of the eagle. Rome, the symbol of the eagle. Babylon had an eagle. The man with the eagle head. Egypt, Horus. Go ahead.
Come on. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. You weren't going to understand these people's language. These people, you spoke Hebrew. They spoke Latin. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young.
A nation of fierce countenance. They wouldn't show They should. Salakis, read that one more time.
Come. A nation of fierce countenance.
A fierce countenance. Go ahead.
Which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young.
A nation of fierce countenance. They would not regard the person of the old. They didn't give a damn if you was elderly, and they didn't care if you was a child.
Right.
They disregard all of that when they put you in chains. When our forefathers were in chains, many times their children in the cotton fields, many times their children was there with a little bag picking cotton. There's videos, right? I'm sorry, there's pictures of Mexicans picking cotton, boys in the fields. They didn't care if you're young or you're old. Many of the slaves worked till they 60, 70 years old, 80 years old in the fields. A nation of fierce countenance.
Right.
That nation is still here today. They're going to elementary schools, pulling the kids out and putting them in ICE detention centers. They don't care if you're a child. They don't care if you're old. They're a nation of fierce countenance. You understand? Keep going.
Oh, God. Verse 51. He shall eat the fruit of thy cattle
And
the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed.
He shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land till thou be destroyed. The white man came down, swift as the eagle flieth, manifest destiny, said he's going to make peace with the Gadites and took this land, killed all the buffalo. Let me show you how devilish the white man is. The native Indians were self-sufficient on this land. They did not overuse the land. They allowed the land to regenerate. Remember, the land has to regenerate 7 years after using it or growing things. They didn't overkill the buffalo.
Right.
They only took what they needed. They respected the land in which gave them their subsistence. The white man seen that. He seen that he could not defeat them just head up. So he went out and he killed all of the plains buffalo. He killed their main food source. Then what he did is set up what they call agencies, reservations, and say, you know what? Put down your weapons, make peace with us, and we'll give you substance. We'll give you food. We'll take care of you now. Just put down your guns and stop fighting with us. That's what he did. He killed the natural. His tactic is he wants to put you in a position where you need his help. And then maybe you'll think about your children and your elderly people before going to war with him. Because now there's no buffalo alive and you have to depend on him.
Right.
You understand? Keep going.
Come on. Which shall, until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil.
You get the point. You get the point. We did we pass the one of wood and stone?
I don't think so.
Neither wood or stone.
So I think so. I think it's earlier.
Hold on, I got you. This is how you know this is speaking to a specific people, man.
Oh, so in verse 64.
Yes, skip up to verse 64.
Come on. Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
So before we get into that, now we talked about a people coming from the ends of the earth with a different language, with the symbol of the eagle, and conquering a people, taking away their substance, not having mercy on young or old. That is a clue to show you this didn't happen to everyone. Okay? How do we know we're Israelites? Because there's some things that happen in history and biblical prophecy that line up exactly with who we are and what we went through. Let me hear the precept.
Come on, come on. Verse 64.
Mhm.
The Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
And this is real. This was written 4,000 years ago. Remember, when Christ was walking the earth 2,000 years later, and he gave that great commission in Matthew 10:5, where he said, "Go not into the way of the Samaritans or the Gentiles, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel."
Right.
The Israelites were already scattered at that time when Christ was walking the earth.
Right.
Israelites were already in Africa, in Europe, in North and South Central America when Christ was walking the earth in Jerusalem, saying, "Go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." This was the prophecy. Read it from the top again.
Come on, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
From the one end of the earth even unto the other. You can find black people all over the earth. Go ahead.
Come on. And there thou shalt serve other gods.
You shall serve other gods. When you get over here in Western society,
right.
Remember we started off with that. Western. How's it going to save the West? Go ahead.
Okay. Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone. You're going to serve other gods that neither thou nor your forefathers have known. Our forefathers did not know Christianity. They didn't not know Islam, gods of wood and stone, that Christian cross, that rock that they worship in Islam. These are gods, and you can throw in anything else. You can throw in any other trinket of a god.
Right.
You can throw in that Ankh. You can throw in the Buddha. You can throw in what's the East Indian one, the Krishna. You can throw in the Virgin Mary one that the Catholic Church. What's the other one? The one that's in Spanish, like Guadalupe.
The Virgen de Guadalupe.
The Virgen de Guadalupe.
Oh.
Yeah, you can throw in all of them. Throwing all of them, wood or stone, gods that your forefathers did not know. Go ahead.
Oh, God. Even wood and stone.
Uh-huh.
And among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
And among these nations, you won't find any ease. Let me ask you, Black and Hispanic man, have you found any ease? Have these people found any ease? Have Native American Indians found any ease among these people? They have not.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and falling of eyes and sorrow of mind.
A trembling heart and failing of eyes and a sorrow heart. You understand? Trembling of, like me, you're worried about everything. You're worried about your life. You're worried about your rent. Everything is pressure. You understand? Everything is pressure on you. Our brothers is worried about if they go out to work tomorrow, is they going to get snatched up? Right. And not even be able to call anyone to tell them what's happening. Family just going to be like, he didn't come home. We don't know where he at. We're guessing he might be somewhere in El Salvador. He was here yesterday, but now he's in El Salvador. Trembling heart. You get pulled over by the police and you thinking like, okay, let me make sure I do this, X, Y, and Z. Because I don't want to get shot.
Right.
Keep reading.
Come on. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee. And thou shalt fear day and night. And shall have none assurance of thy life.
You ain't got a goddamn assurance of your life. So I don't know why you would even think to question the men of the Lord and whether or not we got the truth or not.
Right.
When we changing lives, when we fixing brothers and sisters. Meanwhile, you don't have an insurance of your life.
Right.
I brought it out. 150,000 people die every year. I'm sorry, every day. Don't be a proud dummy to think that it can't happen to you.
Right.
I pray you understand. Read that from the top again.
Come on. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
Your life is in doubt before you. You can't make, like, you want to make all of these plans. You don't know if you're going to be here. not just because of the where you are at, where you live at in America, not just because of the things that can happen to you from other people in America and from your oppressor, but because you don't even follow the Lord.
Right.
Remember, we're talking about the curses if you don't obey the Most High.
Right.
So if you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and you're not living according to how God wants you to live, God of heaven and earth, your life is unsure, man.
Right.
All of these people on the earth, what's so special about you? What's so popping about you? What makes you think that you deserve to be here tomorrow?
Right.
You better get it together, man. I'm telling you, man. I think about these things daily. I think about my loved ones. I think about my children. I think about, brothers in the school, sisters in the school. I think about the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers. You know what I'm saying? And one thing we have is confidence in the Lord, man, and doing what the Lord say, man. Because you don't got no assurance of your life.
Right.
Go ahead, Doc.
Okay. And thy life shall hang it down before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night.
You gonna fear day and night. You scared in the daytime, you scared at night. That's a terrible way to live, too. You out in the street doing all kind of drugs, hanging with this nigga, that nigga, doing people wrong, doing people bad, scamming people, and you walking around paranoid. You paranoid in the daytime and you paranoid at night because you waiting for somebody to come back and get you for everybody you done got.
Right.
Go ahead, Doc.
Okay. And thou shall have none assurance of thy life.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Verse 67, in the morning thou shalt say, would God it were even. Would God it were even.
I wish it was the evening time. Keep going.
And at even thou shalt say, would God it were morning.
And in the evening time, you wish morning the day would come faster. Go ahead.
For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
And the Lord shall bring you into Egypt again with ships. Everybody knows this. This is our bedrock scripture. This has never happened to anybody else but a certain group of people, a certain families of people. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I speak unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
The Lord is going to bring you back into Egypt. Egypt meaning code word for house of bondage. That's Exodus 20:1. The Lord says, I have brought you out of the house of out of Egypt, the house of bondage. Right. So when he says, I'm going to take you into Egypt, it's not actually saying physical Egypt. Okay. For people that don't know, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again with ships, meaning I'm going to bring you into slavery again with ships if you don't do these things that I'm telling you you should do. Say that, read that part again.
Come. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
By the way where I spake up to you, where I'm telling you this at, I'm telling you this now. Go ahead.
Okay. Thou shalt see it no more again.
You won't see it no more again. So where I'm telling you, I'm telling you this right now, what the Lord wants. But if you disobey him, he's going to take you into Egypt again by ships. And where I'm telling you this, you won't never see this land no more. Meaning we're in the wilderness, still like it. Go ahead.
Okay. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
There you shall be sold to your enemies for slave men and slave women. That's what it is. Bond and slave. Bond meaning slaves. You're going to be sold as slaves. So you're going to go on cargo slave ships. You're going to be slaves. And you're going to be on ships. That only happened to a family of people, a certain family of people.
Right.
Who did it happen to? We know one off the top. Everybody should know off the top of your head one family. What happened to one family? Go ahead.
Judas. Blacks.
Transatlantic slave trade. You probably thought the transatlantic slave trade was just an incident in history. No, it was prophesied in the Bible.
Right.
It's prophesied in the Bible. When the Spaniards first came to this side of the earth, they were taking Mayans, Taínos, and Arawak Indians, Puerto Ricans, back to Spain. against their will. That is actually what started the transatlantic slave trade. It wasn't black people first. So both of these people have been in bondage. And let me just go a little extra step, since you don't think that you think only black people were on plantations. Mexicans were on plantations also. Mexicans were put on plantations in Veracruz, in Central America, on sugarcane and tobacco plantations. Okay, to work the same type of slavery you would have worked in Virginia. So these things identify God's people having going through these things. Now we can look fast forward to world history and see, well, damn, this actually did happen to some people.
Right.
It happened to some people. You know what I mean? It didn't happen to the people that's over there in Israel today. Didn't happen to them. Didn't happen to white people. It didn't happen to Australians. It didn't happen to, Europeans. It happened to black and brown people. You understand? Let me show you something else. Give me a nation not desired.
Come on.
See, we're identifying. How do we know? How do we know that we're God's chosen people? Listen, I done laid out a nice little foundation and a nice understanding. But guess what? If you don't believe it, I could care less. I don't listen. I understand and I get it. We understand and we get it. But maybe you just don't think that's enough. I get it. But guess what? I don't give a damn. Let God be true and every man a liar. You think because you don't believe it's going to stop the truth of God?
Right.
It's not. It's not, bro. It's not. Salaki. It won't. Let me hear that.
Come on. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea. Gather together, O nation not desired.
Gather together, O nation not desired. What nation is not desired in the earth? What people are the number one people that when things go awry, they point the finger at this group of people? What people did Donald Trump say that they are, rapists and murderers and thieves? What people they say, oh, they're 13% of the population and they commit 50% of the crime? What group of people? It's black and brown people. What group of people they say they're sucking up all the resources? They on welfare. It's taking our tax dollars. What group of people that they call aliens? I think you get the point.
Right.
Those are the people that are not desired. Those are the people that are not just hated in America and frowned upon in America. You can go to any country and those people have the same issue. You understand? I just seen a video with the dude. What's this? I.S.U.P.K, the streamer. That's the name. I.S.U.P.K. He out there in Greece. They calling him niggers. He I guess he's a millionaire, right? He's a streamer, right? Like Kai-Cenat. He's out there and he does a lot of weird, stupid stuff, but that's what the streamers do. They're young and they do all kind of crazy stuff to get views. He out there walking, they calling him a nigga with the hard ER in Greece. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You the people that's not desired. This is not no isolated incident. This is a spiritual hate that people have against you. And you're too damn dumb to understand, like, damn, we are those people. We are God's chosen people. Right. Why is it that we, even though how great we are, we still have people that hate us? We still have people that just literally, you would think it's a mental illness because the hate just comes from nowhere. Let me tell you something. The hate is spiritual. The hate has to do with every reason on why they were even created. Give me the are we done on that?
Okay.
Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 1. Is it chapter 1? Chapter 1. Let me see. What he has made crooked?
Okay.
Give me that.
Lord made crooked.
Yeah. So So the Bible has given us so many clues, like who these people are. Now, if you really want to get into the actual history, I can do that too. We can get into the archaeology of West Africans being Hebrews, the archaeology of Puerto Ricans being Hebrews. They found Hebrew stones in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico used to be divided into 5 caciques, meaning 5 tribal chiefs, caciques with names that were similar to Hebrew. Mexico, they found 10 commandments in Mexico. The Mayans had the high priest with the shield of David on his breastplate in the middle, shield of David earrings. Their community book called the Papavo is a book that basically shows you the creation of the world with the flood and everything. It had a Moses-like figure named Kukulkan. If you really want to get into the history, I can get into the history and show you an Israelite. Harriet Tubman family said she was an Israelite. Nat Turner read the Bible, looked at the Bible, said we're the Israelites, white people are the Egyptians. That's how he did that revolt. That's why he did that revolt. Back Creek country, Cherokees, where they came from, they found ancient Hebrew stones with ancient Hebrew written on them. Land of the Cherokees. Ohio Decathlon stone, Ohio, dug a grave up. It had a man in there holding something on his chest, opened it up. It was a rendition of the 10 Commandments. We can go with the history. But the Bible explained it. If you ain't getting it in the Bible, what the hell does the history mean? What am I telling you the history for if you can't catch the clues that the Bible is trying to show you? In I.S.U.P.K, we didn't need the history to know that we were God's chosen people in 1969. We didn't need to know the archaeology that was being dug out of the ground to know that we were the Israelites.
Right.
Those great men before us said, listen, these are God's chosen people. And everybody said, what the hell are you talking about? Then over time, all of the archaeology came out of the earth to prove every tribe, their original language. Most Native Indians will tell you, or most Native Indian origin stories will tell you they didn't originate here. They came from the East. Or did I say, forget Chief Joseph, who had a cuneiform tablet in his possession. When they deciphered it, it was a receipt for the sale of a lamb. Cuneiform is the language of the Babylonians. How the hell did that Native Indian have a tablet that dated back 2,800 years ago to the time of the Babylonians? Maybe he didn't start off here. Maybe his people, he said it had been passed down through generations. The white man said, how do you have this in your possession? You see, because the white people don't want to believe that we God shows the people. They want you to believe the story that Christopher Columbus discovered everything, and they are the masters of the universe in civilization. When they came up out of the caves as wild beasts. They were called the wild men in Europe. While black men were in sitting in castles, white people were walking around like dogs with hair all over their bodies. They became a base people. They are the children of Esau, the Edomites. Right. You understand? Let me hear some more.
Oh, God. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 13. Consider the work of God.
Mm-hmm.
For who can make that straight which he hath made crooked?
Now, who can make that straight which he made crooked? These people are crooked because the Lord created them that way. You can't straighten them out by holding hands. You can't straighten them out by peace treaties. You can't straighten them out by appealing and praying with them. You can't straighten them out by protesting in the streets. The only way you can probably get their attention is if you separate. And if you say, we're going to follow our God. And if you say, I'm going to put down the drugs, I'm going to stop hating my people, I'm going to stop doing all of the bad things and horrible things that I do when no one is looking. Right. And I'm going to serve my God to the best of my ability. I'm going to add to the number of the children of Israel. I'm going to add to the number of the kingdom of the Most High, the kingdom that's coming. I'm going to stop. I'm going to fight my flesh. I'm going to fight what I want to do, and I'm going to do what the Lord wants me to do.
That's right.
That you probably can get their attention. You'll get white people's attention then, right? You'll get their attention then when you come together that way. But if you're talking about unifying on this FBA, you unifying on with the Palestinians, unifying on this cause and that cause, it will never work.
Right.
The greatest has already came and passed that way. If you can't unify like the Black Panthers, then you're wasting your time. If you can't unify like the early church, then you wasting your time. The early church, when they got out of slavery, they didn't not black pastors, 40 acres and a mule. They did not want to be around white people.
Right.
They wanted to get their land and be able to live on their own and they felt like they could take care of themselves. They did not want to have to live around them.
Right.
If you ain't on that level, then you ain't doing shit.
That's right.
The I.S.U.P.K, we follow God in heaven, and the Lord said for us to be separate. He said for us to turn and face the east, pray to him, seek his face, and then he will heal us as a people.
That's right.
The time for holding hands and trying to come up with new coalitions and new identities like FBA, that time is past.
Right.
You're not going to fix black people that way. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. We're in a time right now where the only thing that will be respected is us separating.
That's right.
The only thing that will be respected if all black people say, you know what, we want to be the righteous people that God called us to be. We want to be those bones, those dry bones that stand up on their feet and become a great and exceeding army.
That's right.
You understand? That's what we want. That's what we want. That's what's going to fix it. You cannot fix your oppressor that way because the Lord made him that way.
Right.
The Lord made him crooked. You can't make straight what the Lord done made crooked. It's going to take the Lord to straighten him out.
Right.
It's going to take the Lord to straighten and flatten him out. You understand? Because he only understands one real type of language, and that language is warfare.
That's right.
And you don't have war. You're not ready for that true war. Y'all talking a lot. You put on your all black and get your assault rifles and march as black people. But the Lord, what did it say in the Salakia? What did it say? We were just there. You don't have to get it. But he said it said that the scriptures say that you would go into your enemy one way and be scattered 7 ways. Right. Meaning you'll go with your guns and you'll be running all in all type of different directions like roaches once your enemy mounts up. Because your power is not in no coalition and none of that. Our power is in the Lord. And guess what? As being his people, we didn't have to lift a finger in Egypt. The Lord took care of all of that. Right. That's how you know the people out there in Israel ain't the real Jews. They over there sniping kids that's standing at the beach. They over there dropping bombs on hospitals. They're over there starving the people who they call their enemy. When the Israelites in the Bible, they didn't have to lift a finger. Right. They didn't have to pull out a sword. They didn't have to do anything but serve the Lord, cry out to him. The Bible says that when they cried out to the Lord in Egypt, he had respect on them. That's right. He looked at his people and he had respect on their prayers and their cries. Right now, the Lord can't respect us right now. You understand? We ain't crying enough. We ain't tired enough. We got to get tired, y'all. We got to get tired and we got to be done with this place. Right. So we can look at the Lord and he can have respect on us. Can't respect you. You walking around talking about it don't matter. You know, what Ray J talking about? It doesn't matter what you put what hole you doing it to. Why does it matter if I have sex with an ear? Why do we care about sexuality so much? That's how destroyed our men are. Destroyed, broken down to the goddamn ground. So that was we went over those prophecies. Let's see. We're gonna end with something else. Let's get something else to show like how we are God's chosen people, right? Any precepts that come to mind?
It's like Matthew 1:21.
Matthew 1:21. Let me hear it.
That he shall come save his people.
That's good. Let me think of one. Let's get Revelation. Let's get Revelation 2:9.
Okay.
Or we can get Revelation 9 and 13.
Okay.
We can get them both. Let's get Revelation 2 and 9. 9 and 13. I think I meant 13 and 9 on that one.
2 and 9 verse.
Con.
Okay. The book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
I know thy works and tribulation
Mm-hmm.
and poverty, but thou art rich.
The Lord is speaking to his people right here. He's saying, I know your works and your poverty. I know what you've been through. I know what you're going through. I know how you living.
Right.
I know what you're suffering from. I know your poverty. I know your trials and tribulations. I know what it's like. I see when the mothers cry for their sons dead in the street.
Right.
I see when the fathers cry for their daughters missing. I see it. I saw when my people were being hung from trees and lynched. I saw it. I see how they hate you. I see how they despise you. I know your trials and tribulations. But guess what? You are rich.
Right.
Go ahead, Ak.
Come. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
Before we go into that, you are rich because all the promises from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob are for you.
Right.
You may be despised on the earth. You may be despised in this world, but you are rich in the world to come.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Come. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are of the synagogue, but are the synagogue of Satan.
And he knows the blasphemy of the people that say they are Jews, but are not. Newsflash, black people don't say they are Jews.
Right.
The only time you ever heard that black people were Jews, when you heard about brothers in the I.S.U.P.K, when you heard about the Hebrew Israelites. That's the only time you ever heard it. I never heard black people ever say in their life they were Jews. But there is one group of people since, you can remember that have been screaming to the top of their lungs, we are the Jews. We are the Jews. He's saying, I know about those people that say they are Jews and are not. They are not. You know what the Jews are? The Jews are a European, Turkish, Mongoloid people that come out of Indo-Europe. They were the Khazarians, Khazarian Empire, and they converted to follow the faith of Israel in 70 AD, 700 AD. They converted to follow the faith of Israel so they wouldn't have to bow down to the other two powers that wanted them to bow down and pay tribute, which was the Byzantine, which was the Roman Empire, and the Muslim Caliphate, the Muslim Empire. So they said, we want to be able to not have to bow down to anyone. Let's follow this. That's what they did. So from 700 to now, you're talking about a little over 1,000, over 1,000 years, 1,200 years, they've been calling themselves Jewish and Jews. So it's fully understandable why they, in their mind, think that they are God's chosen people, because it only take about 2 or 3 generations to wipe people's memory clean of what was before.
Right.
They've been calling themselves that for 1,200 years, right? They are not God's chosen people.
That's right.
They are what you would call the biggest case of identity theft the world has ever seen.
Right.
They are not God's chosen people. Not in their bloodline, not in spiritually how they act, and definitely not how they acting out there right now. Because God's people wouldn't even have to lift a finger.
Right.
We would just have to serve him. Right? Keep going.
Come on. So like, fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you.
Wait, read the last part of that precept one more time, please.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
Yeah, go ahead.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
They're the synagogue of Satan.
Right.
And it's so beautiful because I just told you there's only one group of people you ever known that even say that they are Jews. Because black people have lost that knowledge anyway to say, we wouldn't even have said that anyway. But they also worship in synagogues. And in those synagogues, what they do is I don't know if I can say this, but they suck the penis of the babies. And it came out that the babies was getting herpes. The rabbis take the newborn babies, put their mouth on the penis, and those babies are getting herpes. And you mean to tell me these are God's chosen people? That's not even a practice in the scriptures. Excuse me for the graphic language, but that is actually true. Look it up right now on your phone. Look it up on your phone. Rabbi give babies herpes. It's there.
Right.
They are not God's chosen people, man. But the Lord loves you. The Lord just showed you, for a person that didn't know, and you're wondering, okay, you believe those people are God's chosen people, but the Bible is talking about them right here, saying they are not, but they are the synagogue of Satan.
Right.
Give me what is that? I.S.U.P.K 13 and 9. Or is it 11? I don't know. I got the scriptures chopped up in my brain. I can't remember. Captivity leadeth. Okay.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. Verse 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
The Bible says that he that leadeth into captivity is slavery. If you take a people and you put them in slavery, you're going to go into chains. Now, this is not talking about an individual. I like me grabbing somebody off the street and enslaving them in my house. This is talking about a nation. Read that from the top again.
Come on. The book of Revelation, chapter 9, chapter 13, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
He that leadeth in captivity, you're going to go into captivity. Go ahead.
Come on. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword, because this is the thing. You can't even fathom how many of God's people have been killed with the sword by these people. You can't fathom how many of God's people right now that are missing, that you'll never ever hear about until Christ's return, have been killed by the sword by these people. We literally are hunted by these people. You understand? And the Bible says they must be killed by the sword. They must go into captivity. And it ends with this. Go ahead.
Come on. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
This is the patience and the faith of the saints. This is what we are waiting on. Let's clap it up for the Most High. You may not understand the Bible. You may not you probably have Christianity in your mind, but this is the real spirit of the Bible. There's only one group of people that went into slavery, and it was God's chosen people.
Right.
And they were killed with the sword. You think God is talking about everybody that's been killed with the sword? He's not. He's talking about the Israelites. And what has been done to them is going to be done to their oppressors.
Right.
You can double that cup.
That's
you understand? Right. With that, that's the class, man. Let's clap it up. Listen, man, appreciate y'all. Had Abba Yala rocking it out with me. Young man Jeremiah rocking it out with me. Salakia, we couldn't really get to look into the chat, but yeah, so we'll be back next week. Let me give brothers and sisters a shout out real quick. My main man Shalat, Sister Baratha Nawa, Leonard Jr., that gamer Honesty 06, Sister Asa, Sister Allah, Trooper Patak, Lahab was up in here. Black Dazzle was up in here. Let me see. Quadash Rib, Quadash himself, priest and officer. Oh, that was you. Okay. That was like bot. Renee Gaines was in here. Yeah, man. I hope y'all brothers and sisters learn something. And we're gonna start, Sister Baratha now. We're gonna start getting up in I'm gonna start getting back up in here. Maybe we'll do a series or something, a series on something in the Bible. But I'll be in Puerto Rico next weekend, next Wednesday, Lord willing. All right. So I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. All right. With that, let's clap it up. Shalom, Israel.